Chapter 4, My Zoo Buddy. Field trips are cool because you get to leave school. The only field trips that aren't cool are the ones where they take you on a field trip to a field. Going to a field is just lame. The next day, everybody was excited about our trip to the zoo. My mom packed me a PB&J for lunch. Emily brought in a camera so she could take pictures of the animals. We all had to turn in a sheet of paper our parents signed that said if we get attacked by a bear or something, that they can't sue the school or the zoo. While we were getting ready to leave for the field trip, Ms. Hannah, our art teacher, came into the class. She told us she would be coming along. In case you didn't know, French, as chaperone, is a grown-up who tells everybody to stop talking. And Miss Hannah was our chaperone. They almost canceled her art program because of budget cuts. So now she has to do other stuff besides just teach art, like go on field trips. Mr. Granite told us that we would have to have a zoo buddy so we wouldn't get lost. Yo, AJ, you want to be my zoo buddy? Asked Alexia. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I had to think fast. It would be cool to be zoo buddies with Alexia, but I knew the guys would make fun of me if I was zoo buddies with a girl. I thought and thought. I thought so hard, I thought my head was going to explode. And in the end, I didn't have to decide who to be a zoo buddy with because Mr. Granite did. Emily, you and Alexia will be zoo buddies. Michael and Ryan. AJ, you are going to be zoo buddies with Andrea. What? Disgusting. Ugh. Andrea looked at me with this big smile on her face. Arlo, you and I are going to be zoo buddies. She calls me by my name because she knows I hate it. Ooh, said Ryan. AJ and Andrea are zoo buddies. They must be in love. When you're gonna get married, said Michael. Alexia was looking at Andrea, and she had on a mean face and had her arms crossed in front of her. She must have been mad that Andrea's my zoo buddy. Or maybe she just had to go to the bathroom. It's time to get on the bus, said Miss Hannah. Single file, everyone. And don't forget to bring along your lunch, reminded Mr. Granite. Alexia was line leader, and she skateboarded down the ramp in front of the school. I guess she skateboarded everywhere. The rest of us had to walk. Bingo boo, said Miss Cornwell, our bus driver. Limpus cadoodle. Miss Cornwell doesn't talk like regular people. She invented her own secret language. Bingle boo means hello. Limpus cadoodle means sit down. Miss Cornwell is not normal. We all piled onto the bus, and I had to sit next to my zoo buddy. Isn't this exciting, Arlo? She said. Don't you just love field trips? Andrea was rubbing her hands together, which is what people do when they get excited. Nobody knows why. No, I said. Andrea gets excited about everything. If a grown-up told her we were going to go outside and stare at a pile of dirt all day, she'd start rubbing her hands together with excitement. I hope they have elephants at the zoo, she said. Did you know that some elephants are 13 feet tall and weigh over 15,000 pounds? Yeah, everybody knows that, I lied. You should never let a know-it-all like Andrea know that she knows something you don't. First rule of being a kid. Elephants also spend up to 16 hours a day eating, she said. Yeah, so does your face, I said to her. Andrea probably looked up elephants in her encyclopedia at home. What is her problem? Why can an elephant fall on her head? I had to listen to Andrea tell me everything she knew about elephants for the whole bus ride. I thought I was going to die. Finally, after riding 1,100,000 miles, we got to the zoo. Miss Child was waiting for us, and she came over to the bus and led us to a room where we put our backpacks. Then she passed out name tags. Do you have elephants at the zoo? Asked little Miss I Know Everything. Oh, of course, said Miss Child. She jumped up and down with excitement like she was opening her birthday presents or something. Before we start the tour, said Miss Child, I want to talk to you a few minutes about our zoo. We don't believe that animals should be locked up in cages. Blah, blah, blah. All our animals live in an environment that is made to resemble their natural habitat. Blah, blah, blah. We need to respect all living creatures. Blah, 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 blah. There's nothing separating you from the animals here, so you need to be careful at all times. Blah, 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 blah. She talked for 1,100,000 minutes about how wonderful animals are. It was super boring. I just wanted to see some cool animals, not listen to some lady talk about them. I love animals, said Miss Child finally. Do you love animals too? She asked us all. Everybody except Emily raised their hands. I'm allergic to animals with fur, she said. Dogs, cats, ferrets. That's true. The one time Neil, the new kid, brought his pet ferret, Mr. Wiggles, to school, it got out of its cage and was running around the school all day. By the time we found it in Emily's hat, we had voted him president of our school. Emily's probably allergic to her own shadow. Miss Child told us to go around in a circle and tell something about our pets. I have a dog named Buttons, I said. Tell us something interesting about Buttons, AJ, asked Miss Child. Well, there really wasn't anything all that interesting to say about Buttons. He's just a plain old dog. But I had to say something. Well, I said, sometimes Buttons poops on our floor. Everybody laughed because I said poop. If you ever want to make somebody laugh, just go up to them and say poop. Works every time. Nobody knows why. Oh, that's too bad that your dog poops on the floor. What does your mother do? Asked Miss Child. She poops in the bathroom, I said. Duh. Everybody laughed, even though I didn't think it was all that funny. And next it was Andrea's turn. After school, I earn money by dog sitting, she said. You sit on dogs? That's weird, I said. Why would anybody want to sit on a dog? I don't sit on dogs, Arlo. I take care of dogs when their owners aren't home. It's like babysitting. You sit on babies too? Isn't there a law against that? I asked. She got all mad. I knew that she didn't sit on dogs or babies, but it's fun to yank her chain. All right, chapter 5, Binky the Elephant. Next up, probably on Monday. If I don't have time to do it tomorrow or Sunday, I'll definitely start on Monday. And then, my goodness, I guess we see what happens on Monday. Who knows, all right? It'll be interesting to find out. So, stay tuned. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. Love ya, miss ya, bye. Mwah!